Hello and welcome to the Election Corner on One Man Think Tank. Today I'm going to be making a short little video on why Republicans may very well be doomed in the United States of America. Now, there are a few reasons for this. Immigration, the younger generation being notably, even conservative members of the younger generation seem to be social democrats, and frankly, a long-standing shift away in the country. Now, of course, this isn't super interesting. And you'll have to forgive me, I'll be using yet another political map simulator for this video. Hopefully my next video will be a little bit more edited. I'm learning how to edit, so stick with me, folks. But we're going to do a little breakdown on what states are likely to turn into completely blue states, should trends hold, by 2030. So we'll start off with states which are already blue trifectas, or likely to be blue trifectas if they didn't have a certain Republican governor. Looking at you, looking at you, Vermont, Maryland, and Massachusetts. New Hampshire as well. But Democrats already have a solid ground in the system. They hold 20 seats under full control. Republicans have a similar number, but this is going to dwindle. So let's look at what states are likely, Minnesota does not currently have a blue trifecta, but after this upcoming election, it's expected they will. So, what states are likely to be blue by 2024? So we've had an entire 4 years, and theoretically, if the country continues leaning this blue, we're going to see some changes. Namely, the states of North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Arizona, and I believe that's it. Oh, and Georgia. You'll have to forgive me. So by 2024, this is what the map could look like and be in a very poor position for Republicans. These states have been going blue during Obama and during Trump. And what I mean by going blue is not just voting for the Democratic Party, but genuinely becoming more liberal / socialist-leaning states. The popular term for those being combined is progressive. And we're witnessing that realignment too. In many ways, I view the Tea Party protests of 2010 as the final death of the conservative wing of the Democratic Party and of the liberal wing of the Republican Party. The Reagan realignment had finally occurred. There was a conservative group and a liberal group. And turns out, the conservative group was much more well-organized than the liberal group. So we're witnessing this realignment, and this already puts Democrats in control of 25 of the states, which means they have perpetual control of the Senate. And, based on these states in the Electoral College, perpetual control of the presidency, and given the relative population of these states, perpetual control of the House. This is a bad place to be if you're a conservative. It means, because the last time this happened, it ended with the age-old institution of American apartheid, which had existed for over 100 years after 250 years of slavery, vanishing. It was killed by the Civil Rights Act and the Voting Rights Act. Now, keep in mind, racism, systemic still exists, but legal racism died that day. Now, let's go to 2028. Continuing on, theoretically, if Biden wins, he's ending his second term, or if he drops out, which I think he's only going to serve one term, or if Trump serves 2 terms, will be gone. How does the map look? Well, Florida, Texas, and Iowa, and Alaska, oh, blimey, all are now blue states as well, giving Democrats 30 of the seats. Guaranteed control over the country forever. Now, if you want my honest opinion, if this actually occurred, this would be a fracturing point, where the Democrats would split from being just the Democratic Party into what I'll loosely steal from the Brits and Europeans as a liberal Democratic Party, which will be the Nancy Pelosi's, the Chuck Schumers, that crowd, and a social Democratic Party, your Elizabeth Warrens and your Bernie Sanders. Poop! Split apart as the Republicans are relegated to third-party status. Now, by 2030, there could also be many other states that flip, and viewing current trends, if they hold or become more volatile, here are the other states that could flip. Louisiana, West Virginia, Kentucky, Mississippi, Missouri, and Montana, and Kansas. Oh, and Utah. Putting Democrats in control of enough states that they can pass constitutional amendments. Oh, sorry, trends would also flip Ohio. So, more than enough states to pass a constitutional amendment. This is a very bad place if you're a Republican, because every conservative argument can best be summarized as, well, the federal government can't force it on the red states because of federalism. The one thing that works across all spectrums in the United States is the U.S. Constitution. Supreme Court says Medicare for all is illegal or unconstitutional for some reason. They passed an amendment saying healthcare is a human right, and Congress can do whatever they want with healthcare. Education is a human right. Social Security is a human right. A living wage, a fair job, human rights. Looks like we'll probably end up with the Equal Rights Amendment passing sometime pretty soon, but one for LGBTQ persons, or just one that says general dignity, that every person can't be discriminated against. All of these are totally possible options for the future if this happens. So, this is the future for Republicans right now. It's due to immigration from the Southwest, but that has mostly taken its course. Only Arizona and Texas really remain. In the cases of Utah, Kansas, Missouri, Kentucky, and Montana, it's a case of numbers. Moderate Democrats are now becoming more popular and viewed as more credible than Republicans, not to mention the growth of urban areas in these states. In the South, you're witnessing the black population voting and coming back with a resurgence. In Florida, it's a more Cuban Latino population, but voting in a resurgence along with more college-educated whites who are now less likely to split equally between Republicans and Democrats than they were before. Louisiana is a great example also of that city phenomena I mentioned earlier, with New Orleans voting 90% Democratic in the last election. It is likely that alone, along with like Baton Rouge and Shreveport, could flip the state forever. It's what happened in Virginia, North Carolina, Georgia, seems to be happening in Kentucky. This is the future of the United States right now. And I won't say my personal feelings on it, but I will hint at them by saying, if you're a Democrat, you should be feeling pretty good right now. So, with that being said, if you liked the video, please leave a like down below, and a comment. If you want to see more from this channel, click subscribe and the notification bell. If you want other people to see this video, please share it, because apparently we need to say that at the end of the videos now. And otherwise, and the only part I genuinely care about saying at the end of a video, have a wonderful day.